Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Bento bundle of May 2025. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, a life simulation farming game where you grow crops, raise animals, complete quests, and explore a vibrant open world while helping restore balance to a magical land. You take on the role of a hero tasked with reviving the harvest goddess and 4 elemental sprites, all weakened after protecting the land from a volcanic eruption. The story is heartwarming, filled with themes of love, friendship, and community. And while it's light in tone, it adds emotional depth to your farming adventures. The gameplay is classic Harvest Moon fare. You plant, mine, chop, and socialize, only this time in a sprawling open world environment with 5 unique towns. The addition of rideable animals like horses and unicorns makes traversal fun and help reduce the grind of getting around. Still, the core gameplay remains repetitive, and the energy system means you'll need to plan your day carefully or face early exhaustion. Visually, the game is bursting with color and charm. The art style is cute, the animations are smooth, and the environments are delightful to explore, though occasional screen tearing and glitches may distract you. Fortunately, these don't break the experience. The audio, meanwhile, is cozy and never grating, making this a safe and pleasant game for players of all ages. While slow-paced and occasionally frustrating, The Winds of Anthos expands on the formula in meaningful ways. If you love farming sims, this one will have you hooked for hours. You'll likely enjoy every peaceful, productive minute. At number 2 we have Rabi-Ribi, a modern-day Metroidvania adventure with a twist of Japanese humor. The story centers around Irina, a human-rabbit hybrid who embarks on a quest to uncover her past and save Rabi-Ribi Island from evil forces. Alongside her is Ribbon, a fairy who offers ranged support, while Irina wields her hammer in close combat. The game's charm lies in its fusion of traditional Metroidvania elements with unique gameplay mechanics. You navigate maze-like environments, engage in epic boss battles, and experience RPG-style character growth. The dynamic between Irina and Ribbon creates a compelling combat system, where you balance melee and ranged attacks. This dual character control adds depth and keeps combat engaging, especially during challenging boss encounters. Rabi-Ribi excels in its attention to player experience. NPCs often provide timely hints, ensuring you never feel lost. If you struggle with a boss, the game offers a special halo buff to boost your power, maintaining a balanced challenge. This thoughtful design keeps you engaged without holding your hand. However, the storyline can be perplexing. Filled with random dialogues and plot holes, it often strays into quirky, unrelated topics. The mystery of Irina's origins remains unresolved, leaving the narrative feeling incomplete. Despite this, the humor and fourth-wall-breaking jokes add a playful touch. Rabi-Ribi combines light-hearted visuals with frantic bullet-hell gameplay, creating a unique yet contradictory experience. While the thematic inconsistency might deter some, fans of Metroidvania games will find much to enjoy in this vibrant, action-packed adventure. Embrace the randomness, and you'll have a blast exploring the whimsical world of Rabi-Ribi. At number 3 we have The Spirit of the Samurai, a stop-motion animated action-adventure game that feels like playing through a gory, stylish episode of Robot Chicken. You step into the sandals of Takeshi, a warrior charged with protecting his village from demonic Oni, guided by a fox spirit in a tale steeped in myth and vengeance. Visually, this game stands apart. The handcrafted stop-motion animation delivers a fresh and eerie aesthetic that's rarely seen in gaming. You'll notice the love poured into every scene. CG cutscenes, emotional voice acting, and a focused hero's journey all come together to create an engaging atmosphere. Combat is where you'll feel most at home. The ability to customize combos offers variety and depth, especially as you level up. Still, enemy encounters are punishing, with off-screen archers and relentless swarms demanding cautious, inch-by-inch progression. Unfortunately, the game's ambition often outpaces its execution. The checkpoint system forces you to rewatch cutscenes if you die. Item mechanics are clunky and confusing, making you question their relevance. Menus feel bland and lack the charm their visuals promise. Switching between characters breaks the pacing, leaving you too long away from the hero. Despite these flaws, the spirit of the samurai is unlike anything else. It is bold, flawed, and memorable. If you love creativity over polish, this is an adventure worth taking. Just know going in, you're not here for perfection. You're here to experience a beautifully weird samurai tale told in a way no other game dares to try. At number 4 we have Endless Alice, a third-person action-adventure game that blends roguelike mechanics, anime-inspired visuals, and fast-paced combat across beautiful yet brutal arenas. You dive into a virtual world filled with massive bosses and relentless enemies, either solo or with up to 3 other players in chaotic online co-op. The gameplay loop feels immediately familiar if you've played Risk of Rain 2, but this time, you're fighting as over-the-top anime warriors with unique styles and flashy abilities. Each of the 6 playable characters brings something new to the battlefield, and you will constantly be unlocking upgrades that transform your playstyle. From teleporting sword strikes to explosive spells, the combat is satisfying, fluid, and stylish. It is still in early access, so some rough edges are present, especially in the English translation and optimization. You might feel your GPU sweat at higher settings, and later stages can feel less fleshed out. But the foundation is solid and fun, and frequent updates, including new characters like the highly anticipated Fox Girl, suggest that more depth is on the way. What makes Endless Alice stand out is not just its art style, it's the way it makes every run feel like an anime boss battle waiting to happen. Even in its current state, it offers enough charm, challenge, and co-op chaos to be worth your time, especially in a bundle. If you're into anime, fast combat, and ever-evolving power trips, you'll find a lot to enjoy here. Just don't expect a finished product yet. At number 5 we have Maiden Cops, a cheeky pixel art beat-em-up that blends classic arcade action with unapologetically risque anime aesthetics. You play as one of the 3 anime heroines tasked with saving Maiden City from a violent uprising called the Liberators. Sounds familiar? That's because Maiden Cops is a love letter to old-school brawlers like Final Fight and Streets of Rage. You'll punch, kick, and combo your way through 7 crime-ridden zones, from subways to beachside brawls, all while enjoying surprisingly detailed pixel art and quirky world building. Each heroine feels distinct, with different speed and power stats, and the combat includes a smart upgrade. You get 3 powerful special moves mapped to different buttons, fueled by a meter instead of your health bar. That is a refreshing change for the genre. Blocking, juggling enemies off-screen, and the ability to unlock music, outfits, and cheats all add serious replay value. But it is not all perfect. Health pickups are bafflingly rare. Candy bars give you cash, not health, and that can make tougher battles frustrating. It is also repetitive by nature, like most beat-em-ups, and if you're not into button mashing or fan service heavy art, this probably won't win you over. Still, if you love old school brawlers and don't mind a little anime access, Maiden Cops delivers the goods. It is not just for looks, it is actually a solid game. In a genre often starved for polish, this one punches above its weight class. At number 6 we have Harvest Moon, Light of Hope Special Edition, a farming and life simulator released in celebration of the franchise's 20th anniversary, offering a nostalgic journey to rebuild a storm-ravaged town through crop growing, mining, and building relationships. You begin shipwrecked in a quiet, ruined harbor town, and from there, it is up to you to bring it back to life. You'll grow crops, restore buildings, help villagers, and maybe even start a family. If you have played past Harvest Moon games, some familiar mechanics return, but with mixed results. The game is accessible, stress-free, and ideal if you want a chill, easygoing farming sim. Tasks like watering or weeding are automated based on proximity, and character friendships level quickly via requests. There's even 2-player co-op. The rebuilding mechanic adds satisfying progression, and the game's lighthearted vibe makes it great for younger players or newcomers to the genre. However, the game's flaws are hard to ignore. Visually, it resembles a clunky mobile port, with stiff animations and uninspired character models. There is no calendar to track birthdays or festivals, and mining yields are unbalanced, letting you break the economy early. Cutscenes cannot be skipped, and there's no voice acting nor character customization. If you've already sunk hundreds of hours into Stardew Valley or Story of Seasons, this might feel like a step backward. But if you catch it in a bundle, Light of Hope offers enough charm to justify a laid-back farming adventure. At number 7 we have Rogueflight, a high-octane narrative-driven shoot-'em-up that throws you into the cockpit of the Arrow, humanity's last hope in a war-torn galaxy. You'll find yourself dodging bullets, mastering barrel rolls, and making split-second decisions, all while navigating a branching storyline with multiple outcomes. This is not your average shoot-'em-up. Rogueflight dares to weave in a heartfelt story about survival, sacrifice, and one ace pilot named Nadia. Between stages, you're given choices that affect not only the plot, but the mission paths you take, some of which are intentionally more punishing. The Star Fox-style diverging routes and narrative weight gives you real reason to care about what happens next. Gameplay-wise, it's a thrilling blend of classic arcade design and modern roguelike systems. While you'll die, often, you keep your upgrades, making each run feel like progress. You can fine-tune your loadout with weapons and decals, though the lack of clear damage stats makes some choices feel like guesswork. Combat is chaotic but exhilarating. Whiplash attacks, homing missiles, and screen-clearing combos offer catharsis between tense dodging sequences. Boss fights are a mixed bag, visually stunning, but sometimes frustrating due to screen placement and hard-to-spot hitboxes. The anime-inspired visuals nail a nostalgic tone, and once you roll credits, Caravan Mode unlocks, pushing your reflexes even further. If you're a shoot-'em-up fan looking for something bold, challenging, and emotionally engaging, Rogueflight soars high. It is not perfect, but you'll be coming back for more, again, and again. At number 8 we have Psionic Sentry Infinite, a third-person anime-style roguelike shooter starring a bow-wielding waifu in skimpy sci-fi armor. You'll dodge, deflect, and dish out punishment in short, stylish bursts of combat that revolve around one core mechanic: counterattacks. Unlike most parry systems, this one's built for everyone. Your bow transforms into a scythe when timed right, letting you deflect every ranged attack in the game. Nail a full combo of counters and you'll trigger a cinematic close-up for massive damage. It's not about twitch reflexes, it's about rhythm, timing, and feeling like a badass. Shield breaking and random skill pickups add tactical variety, but right now, content is thin. You'll blast through the current version in 2 hours or less, and while the game is fun, it is more of a foundation than a finished experience. Enemy AI is basic, and a lack of meta progression limits replayability. Translation issues and unpolished menus don't help either. Still, for the asking price of a bundle, it delivers enough stylish action to justify your time. You'll feel cool chaining counterattacks mid-boss fight, and with regular updates promise, the potential is definitely there. It plays well with the controller, and even includes a chibi mode if that's your thing. If you enjoy anime aesthetics, waifus with bows, and accessible but satisfying combat mechanics, Psionic Sentry Infinite is worth a shot. Just don't expect a fully fleshed out roguelike yet. You're buying into a promise, more than polish, for now. At number 9 we have SomnaBuster, a whimsical 2D platformer where you play as Dolores, a witch waking in a surreal dreamland called Esperanto. Your quest is to climb the Jericho Tower and petition the Dream King to return you to the real world. But don't expect a standard jump and run. SomnaBuster is equal parts platforming, philosophy, and peculiar. You'll traverse vividly hand-drawn levels filled with oddball characters and hidden secrets, all while mastering Dolores' unique movement set: a speedy spin attack, double jump, versatile broom burst dash, and even ceiling walking. The mechanics feel tight and intuitive, though the broom burst could have used better tutorial integration early on. Boss fights vary in quality. Early ones feel a bit soft, but later encounters are more creative and challenging. The story leans heavy on dream logic and spiritual allegory, exploring themes like escapism, digital identity, and redemption. Sometimes the writing drifts into cryptic or awkward territory, but you might find its ambiguity fitting for a tale set in the dream. The world building is refreshingly detailed, giving context to each zone and its strange inhabitants. Visually, the game bursts with character. The childlike art style and Genesis-inspired soundtrack create a dreamy, nostalgic vibe. Each area has a distinct personality, rewarding both speedrunners and completionists alike. There are some mature jokes and moments of tonal whiplash, so the game might not be for everyone. But if you're into platformers with heart, brains, and just a bit of weirdness, SomnaBuster might be the dreamy detour you're looking for. At number 10 we have Perfect Gold, Yuri visual novel. A short slice-of-life Yuri visual novel that focuses on love, healing, and second chances. You follow Marion LaRue and Audrey Clary, two estranged magic students who break out of detention to celebrate the Sunflower Festival in the enchanted city of Castle Coast. Instead of action-heavy drama, Perfect Goal offers something quieter and far more personal. Through a dual-perspective narrative, you get to understand both Marion's rebellious ambition and Audrey's struggle between duty and desire. Their journey is not about defeating monsters. It is about facing emotional wounds and deciding whether to rebuild a bond once lost. What makes this game shine is its presentation. The voice acting, led by Danny Chambers and Eileen Montgomery, is stellar, making every line feel sincere. The animation, yes, even subtle things like hair movement or blinking, pull you into the world more than most visual novels manage. Whether you're walking through sunlit streets or watching a tender flashback unfold, Castle Coast feels alive. Choices are straightforward, and while romantic stakes are low-key, expect hand-holding, not steamy scenes, they're emotionally satisfying. If you've ever missed someone but didn't know how to say it, this game will speak to you. In around 2 to 5 hours, Perfect Goal delivers a complete, touching story wrapped in great visuals and a moving soundtrack. For the price of the bundle, it's an easy recommendation, especially if you love gentle, heartfelt romance. You'll finish it smiling, maybe even a little wistful, and definitely glad you played it. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle delivers a wild mix. Whether you're diving into Rabi-Ribi's bullet hell brilliance or nabbing Harvest Moon titles for dirt cheap, there's value here for the right player. Sure, some games are not for everyone, but that's the charm of these bundles. A chance to explore something new without breaking the bank. Between cult hits, niche visual novels, and indie curiosities, this one's got layers. If you're into offbeat gems or building that backlog, this bundle ain't a bad grind at all. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos for buying the channel or coffee. Special thanks to Terry D for subscribing to the early access army, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.